Mark, I gotta tell you, don't just sit by the phone waiting for that call from Sheldon Whitehouse. Folks, our junior senator has other work in Washington right now, and it is sadly emblematic of how often he misses huge problems because he's dealing with minutia. The senator's public relations staff have been working overtime to position a very important story in The Hill, a newspaper and now blog that is closely watched by everyone in the Capitol. What is it these flacks are pushing to further pump up their boss's stature inside the Beltway? Why, it is the good looks of Middletown's Cameron Green, an intern on the White House team who has just been designated by The Hill as one of Washington's 50 most beautiful people. What a coup. One of the senator's staffers was mentioned in the Bible of House and Senate legislative introspection. Sadly, it was for good looks, not good legislative work. And for the record, Mr. Green was quoted as saying that his David Beckham-esque do is all homemade and represents the largest investment of time he makes while getting ready for work each day. In the article on the gentleman's selection for his objectification, he went on to say that he stays fit playing soccer and tries to channel European style rather than that preppy look favored by his peers in D.C. See, this is why I could never be a fashionista. I can't even keep a straight face while presenting this crap. Rhode Island desperately needs leadership from its congressional delegation to help it stay focused on lowering costs so it can lower taxes and finally start to create a better economic environment for business growth. That's going to take some coordinated effort with the feds to offload certain state overhead requirements and maybe even score some DC dollars to cover the shortfall while we downsize. Meanwhile, the federal government is in such disarray that the Chinese think they can publicly disgrace President Obama and get away with it. No. They did get away with it, so they know they can. Russia invaded the Crimea earlier this year, and now they are eyeing more of the Ukraine and all three of the Baltic states. The so-called Iran nuclear deal is a total capitulation by America, complete with pallet loads of banknotes being secretly ferried to Tehran, so you, Senator Whitehouse, and I wouldn't find out. Yo, Senator, do you think you could spend some time on that pesky advise and consent requirement imposed on you by the Constitution? Or have you recently taken up the violin so you can fiddle while the whole world burns? Mark?